Good morning. It's 11:30 on Wednesday, October 16th. I'm Alex Hochberger, President and CEO of Web3 Enabler. I am coming to you live right here from the famed Faina Hotel in Miami Beach, which is currently hosting the Ripple Swell Conference. So as you can see, we have completely gorgeous weather, beautiful background, and a little bit quiet because lunch is about to start in about half an hour. But I just wanted to welcome you all and looking forward. Thanks for tuning in. And we're going to go over a little bit about Web3 Enabler. So at Web3 Enabler, we call ourselves the world's most boring crypto company. And we're going to present today blockchain payments, which is the world's most boring crypto software. So what is blockchain payments? It's a 100% native Salesforce application where all the blockchain transaction data is stored in Salesforce custom objects. The blockchain data is marked to market and recorded in standard currencies, known as fiat in the crypto space. Blockchain payment also generates payment links easily accessed, and we normalize the request between the UTXO model chains, like Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and the account model chains, like Ethereum and XRP. We're going to go over some use cases today. Number one is the traditional payments method. We're going to focus on bringing in an international payment via crypto and decentralized payments instead of a TradFi connection and a wire. On the left here, you see a traditional TradFi payment. You send an invoice, the customer pays with their local currency based on paying you in yours. There's a bank fee, there's transaction charges, and the wire hits. Usually because of time zones and people do things end of day, it often takes 1 to 2 business days. Sometimes you get same day. But the real thing is, while they all will claim a 1% transaction fee, you'll see that each bank usually has about 200 basis points in their bid-ask spread. So you're really looking at about a 5% cost difference. On the right, you see a decentralized blockchain payment. In this case, Brazil paying in USDC. Same invoice, but now instead of using the SWIFT link, they use the Web3 Enabler blockchain payment link. They click the invoice, they go to their bank, they get USDC directly via the PIC system that Circle supports, and they pay you in USDC. Only takes about 5 minutes for the transaction, including confirmations. If you're using Ethereum, you're going to have about $2.50 in gas, and you're going to have about a 1% fee because you have about a 0.5% on the on-ramp and 0.5% on the off-ramp. If your company is more crypto native and you're using some of the cheaper blockchains like Base, you may find yourself spending even less. And if you do keep some crypto on hand, then you will be able to avoid the off-ramping fee. The other case we're going to go over is sending out a payment. In this case, the focus is less on the savings of costs, although it's real, but also on the time savings. In a typical transaction where you are going to import goods, you have a notification and a request within your internal company, your internal approval. You're going to go and then send a purchase order. You're going to get an invoice. You're going to authorize the voucher. You're going to send a payment. If time zones don't cooperate, each of these steps can again take 2 business days, which can make it take up to 2 weeks from the time that you've requested an order in your company to the other side has confirmed it to their team. The great thing about using Salesforce and blockchain payments is that all the information is in Salesforce. So it becomes trivial for your Salesforce admin to build an automation. That automation can do things like a shared Slack channel where you and your suppliers are in, and a notification goes out on every payment request, on every transaction. All this information verifiable on the blockchain. You can take that 2-week process down to 1 day, saving time and money. So you're going to hear a lot about stablecoins today. USDC is the example also given here, but what's really excited to be here at Ripple Swell is RLUSD is coming out from Ripple. Ripple is creating another stablecoin using best of practices, best of regulations, and they're going to be available on the Ethereum and XRP network, both of which are supported natively in blockchain payments. But for those that don't know, a stablecoin is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but it's pegged to the dollar or euro or pound. And the total market is a $2.5 trillion market growing at 12.5%. And one of the reasons companies will want to start to accept it, 93% of companies that have started accepting crypto have said they've gotten growth in their customer base and revenue increases. We currently support about 10 blockchains. We have more coming with our new release 2.3 that should be out this week. We just cleared QA, and we'll be adding Tron in 2.4. The setup process is designed to be trivially simple. We use a simple OAuth and a click for approval using an integration user in Salesforce. All the permissions sets are explained in the installation. Most are pre-configured. There are 2 small sets you have to build because of Salesforce security mechanisms, but it's all clearly in the admin documentation. We support advanced configuration for anyone who's doing anything more complicated. For most companies that are doing relatively low volume, CoinGecko's free access, for example, is fine. You get limited numbers of pulls for time, but it's fine if you're just paying invoices, particularly in stablecoins. On the other hand, if you're using more elaborate cryptocurrencies and you have a higher transaction volume, stick your CoinGecko API key in and it'll use that faster pull. We also have the same thing for BitRank Verified, which you're going to see later in the program. We've preloaded you with popular currencies and we've preloaded their contracts. So when you get told that there is a USDC transaction on Base, you know it's real because we verified the contract is Coinbase Network's USDC contract. You easily create wallets for your company and for your accounts. In the company case, you just create one for the UTXO or the account style wallet, and then you get a link to configure it. The reason for this is not every company will the person controlling the wallet also have access to Salesforce. So in this case, you can click the connect link or copy it, send it over to the accounting department, send it over to the CEO, whoever controls the company's wallets. For account wallets, we use the very popular Wallet Connect. Here you see a MetaMask example, but you can also use a QR code. Payment links. These are created simply within Salesforce. They're requests for payments. You can request a payment in crypto, or you can request it in fiat. And you can designate which wallets are acceptable, which will obviously determine which networks and coins are acceptable. Now, this looks a little more complicated than it is. In the real world, you're going to set this with a Salesforce flow to simply enable it and create the payment link. As you can see, if you go and request a payment on a UTXO network, selects the asset, it just gives you the URL. We recommend using HD wallets so we can auto-derive, but you're free to use non-HD wallets and just add all the payment addresses you want. For account style, in this case, EVM or XRP, same situation. You select the asset to pay. You can connect your wallet. The client connects their wallet in, same way as you connect yours. Scan a QR code and connect it so we know where it comes from. And then they just get the payment link. Simple as it can be. This is important because UTXO and account methods are different under the scenes, but we make it look simple so that there's really no need for your clients to really understand this difference. If they're paying with a UTXO, they're given a UTXO address for the transaction. If they're paying via account, they connect their account in with the easy-to-use connection system, and we're able to track it that way. Everything just comes in as a blockchain transaction. All these payments are easily available in Salesforce. As you can see on the right, you see an inbound blockchain transaction. On the left, you see an example of the wallet. In this case, a Bitcoin wallet that we have connected with a master public key. In this case, is EPUB. You know, all the transactions on the inbound you see at the bottom, on-chain data. This is usually reserved for a Web3 enabler admin. At the top, you see the financial data, the amount, the exchange rate, and the value. We generate easy reports, the most common. You want things for the year, you want them for the month, or you want them for the quarter. Right? And then at the bottom, you see an example of the report that's showing the transaction value and the timestamp and all this information, easily downloadable as a CSV for your accounting department. We've integrated recently with BitRank Verified for compliance, which is really exciting. If you're following the new EU regulations, know your transaction is going to be increasingly important. With BitRank Verified, we get a score of your wallet and of the transaction, as well as individual flags for things like suspected money laundering or suspected ties to terrorism. What's fantastic about this is all the information is now in your Salesforce org. So you can report on it, automate on it, or make whatever rules are appropriate for your company. If you need to know that if there's a suspicion of terrorism, you immediately flag the order and tag it as hold. You can write that flow in a few clicks. If you want to just Slack a channel to risk management and let someone decide, you can do that. All the information comes in as standard Salesforce objects. And of course, you can still use BitRank Verified's dashboard for any advanced things that you want to look at. But one of the things, whatever your requirements are for your government and your regulation, it's easy to use and the data is archived. So if there is a problem with a wallet in September, but you did the transaction in April, there's a record that you checked and that you did your best for compliance so that you didn't do anything wrong. Coming soon over the next few months, we're doing some deeper Salesforce integrations. These are free add-ons that connect into the specific areas of Salesforce. So for Sales Cloud, that's the opportunity and the order. For Commerce Cloud on Core, it's the order payment summary. For Workflow Management, it's the order payment summary, payment and refund. For Financial Services Cloud, it's financial accounts. We're also doing the same for some third-party integrations like Accounting Seed and Store Connect. By using the 2GP system and the most modern Salesforce development approach, we're able to have one package and you just connect into whichever clouds you're using. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And those notifications we have? Here's an example of a Slack notification. On any time that an inbound or outbound transaction occurs, or in this case, an outbound, we're going to figure out if it's to a vendor or to a customer. So we check the account type on the order, and then depending on whether it's a vendor or customer, we're going to Slack the operations team or the sales team to know about it, and we're going to let the vendor know that we've sent a payment or the call standard Salesforce tools. Here is an example of sending a receipt. Things we take for granted when we use credit cards, but don't automatically happen with wire or blockchain transactions. In this situation, when a Web3 payment is marked paid, then an email alert is sent to the sales rep to let them know, as well as an email to the client. So this is that sort of powerful reason we all use Salesforce. We want to provide the best tools possible to our customers. We want to provide the best experience. And here with blockchain payments, we are bringing that in the newest method of payments. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on LinkedIn, come to Web3 Enabler, and just fill out the contact page, and my team will be happy to talk to you. Thanks so much, and have a great day.